Okay, this is going to be a video of how I'm putting together my very first FPV racing drone. I've never done this before. I've never done anything like this before. I've never soldered before. I have flown. I got a Parrot Bebop drone for Christmas, which started me down this crazy road of loving drones. But so now I've got a little mini drone. I've been flying around the house practicing how to maneuver, and now I'm going to build my own racing drone, and then I'm going to build my own track. But I wound up talking to the folks up at the hobby store, Remote Control Hobbies in Lacey, and they helped me put together these parts that I'm going to put together into the drone. So I bought the QAV Sharpoo 210 frame, and it's carbon fiber, and it came with, this is the frame bottom with the standoffs and the mount for the flight control board, and I've got two of the motors sitting there, sort of installed but sort of not. These are the folks that helped me out, Remote Control Hobbies. And I got this kind of motors for it. It's Scorpion M22 series. So those are the motors I got, and they look like this. And it took me a long time to figure out a whole lot of things. I've had these parts for 1 to 2 weeks, some of them longer than others, and I've been doing a whole lot of research on the internet. This is the flight control board. It's called a what's it called? Betaflight F3, two-sided. I have to solder a whole bunch of stuff onto both sides. That looks really hard. And it goes on here. I think this is the right way up, like that. This card eliminates the need for some of the other cards. So instead of having 2 or 3 stacked in here, it'll be just this one. This goes up in the front here and will mount the camera. And the camera is this camera. It's a Foxeer FPV camera, and it's called a XAT 600M. Let's see. The motors, one thing I learned is that these propellers want to spin counterclockwise. This is motor number 2. Motor number 1 here spins clockwise. This one spins counterclockwise. This one is number 3, and it wants to spin counterclockwise, and this one wants to spin clockwise. Now these motors come 2 to a set, and you can tell which motor to put where, partly because of the color, but in order to tell the color, you unscrew the cap. Some of them are, the top is reverse threaded on one of them. So you unscrew it a little ways and hang on to it, and then spin that motor the direction it's going to be spinning with the propeller on it. And if it tightens that cap up, then you got it in the right place, and that's tight right there. And so the gold ones are for spinning the props that go counterclockwise, and the black ones are for the ones that spin clockwise. Took me a long time to figure that out. I've got the ESCs, which stands for, I think it's electronic speed control. I'm looking it up. I am such a beginner that I had to find a website online. The website is this one right here, oscarliang.com, and it's his whole list of acronyms for this, and there are a bunch of them. And an ESC is an electronic speed control. And so my electronic speed controls are here, and they go right there, and those will get soldered to it, and then these, all four of these get soldered to this board. And then there's another one for this motor, and another set for this motor, and another set for this motor. Let's see. I was told to put these mounts on there so that when I route the wires, I get it right for the length. And here's the part of the frame that goes on top. Some of this I might have wrong. So if I don't have this right, I'll know soon enough. Yep, that's wrong. This goes here. And I don't know whether it goes that way or that way. It's got this little place where a biscuit goes. So that's my little overview. Here is, so the way I got this figured is that there's two totally different systems. There's the drone itself, and it talks to the radio that tells it how fast to go and how fast each motor goes. And so the radio, which is a radio transmitter, transmits the instructions to the drone, and it comes in through a receiver, which is this. This is the receiver. You know what? That's wrong. This is what transmits the video back to your goggles. There it is. This is the receiver that tells the motors how fast to go based on how you manipulate the controls on your radio. Can you tell I've never done this before? It's going to be a blast. I'm having such a ball with my little itty bitty Inductrix flying around the house. I can fly all over the house now. But this has these little wires which get sorted out and get welded or soldered onto this board also. So the radio talks to this chip, which then talks to these controllers, which then run the motors, and depending on what you do with your controls, it'll make that drone do whatever it is that it does, which hopefully is go really fast and look pretty good out there. Okay, so that's one complete system. But then, if you want to see the FPV, first person view part of it, is the camera. So you have a camera up here that then is hooked up to this chip, which then talks to your goggles, and gives you the video picture of what you're seeing. And so they're the only interconnection between this system and this system is that they both use the same battery, the same power source. And some people don't do that, I understand. But then what you see controls, helps you to know how to manipulate your controls, and then you tell the drone what to do. And all you have to do is get really good at that, and you can fly really fast and make impressive videos and get your adrenaline up and have a ball. And with that, I'm going to stop for a minute. That's step one.